They've been averaging nearly 25 miles per hour today, and very soon they shall be out upon the 3 breakaways. There's Martinelli just right of the picture. In fact, these guys now know that the game is up. They've been there for over 80 miles today, and they know now that that's the end of that for them.
Yes, Stu, they've had a very long innings. They've had over 80 miles in the front. This is the picture of the bunch now with Sean Yates is there. Sean's having a very good ride today.
There's Kieran Tannum there, our cameraman. Kieran had that accident the other day coming down the cliffs of Moor descent. We're glad to see him back in action and producing, like Fergal, costing us some beautiful pictures, as Michael Fitzgerald is of the loft. Well, they've been gobbled up, and now the race is on to Clonmel. And if we thought the crowds were big in Carrick, the word Pat McQuaid is that they're going to be huge to welcome back Kelly and co to Clonmel. And of course, it was into Clonmel last year that he produced that fabulous time trial.
That's right, that's the road that they've just ridden in, the road that that time trial was ridden on. And now they're arriving onto the circuit in Clonmel when they turn left and down to the river, along by the river, and then up into the finishing straight. Some tricky roads here, but Kelly's got all his teammates at the front of the bunch now. There's a hotspot cream on the finish line in Clonmel, and Kelly is going to be very worried about that because he will want to take the bonus sprints for winning that hotspot cream. Bauer leading into the finishing straight, followed by Kelly, followed by Da Silva.
Look at the reception for these great professional racers as they come into Clonmel, into O'Connell Street in Clonmel. Marvellous reception for them, and it's Kelly in yellow. Bauer just eases off. Nice touch. Sean Kelly coming through, takes the hop, and that's very valuable seconds for him.
That puts him in the lead actually on overall classification. He's got 3 seconds lead now over Bauer, those bonus points that he got.
Yes, that's a very good moment from him. It's going to be a very good moment too for the O'Gorman brothers, Dick and Anthony, coming through their hometown here in Clonmel. 2 Irish amateurs. Well, now they're going to face up Knock Lucas. And this is a knock. We thought Seskin Hill was a bad one, so was Knock Lucas. And if there are any complaints about it, please direct them to Pat McQuaid.
Well, I don't know about that. It's a stiff climb. It's a very, very difficult climb. 2 very hard hairpins, tight hairpins at the bottom, and then it drags up for about 1.5 miles, and a very, very difficult descent. Quite fast and quite tricky.
Stephen, at stage start this morning, it was the one question I heard asked of you at least a dozen times by the riders. What is the Clonmel hill like? To which you replied,
well, it's almost like the hill in Seskin Hill in Carrigan Shore, but here it's even worse. But I think it is even worse than it looks at the moment here. You can see the first 20 riders going over it on the hairpin corners. They're actually practically stopped here going around the corners. It's not like the gap of the smallest gap of the year yesterday, but it's really, really hard.
It's like indeed Corkscrew Hill in reverse, Pat.
Yes, the gradient at the bottom is difficult to see from a helicopter shot, but the gradient's about a 1 in 4. Which is very steep, difficult even to walk up, and then as they go on it stretches out and it levels off a little bit, but as we can see they're all out of the saddle. It's only very, very narrow, very difficult to pass riders. There's one of the Thor riders there, Jonathan Boye from America there, just at the back of the group. Very, very difficult to get by. It means being at the front. There, even Paul Rashure there having trouble with his gears.
But the 2 jerseys, the 2 main jerseys, you see they're very, in fact the 3 main jerseys. Green, yellow, polka dot, all together there. So the big boys will out, rather whether it's on the flat or wherever it is. And Paul Kimmage going strongly up there as well. And we know that the Kate Miele was for everybody, and for Greg LeMond, the Tour de France winner, the former world champion Greg LeMond. But Martin nearly there in a little bit of trouble, but Martin's okay. I was mentioning Greg LeMond, Pat. The Tour de France couldn't tame him, the World Championships couldn't tame him, but this hill at Knock Lucas has put him out of the Nissan.
Yes, word has it now that Greg LeMond started the hill of Knock Lucas, and halfway up it he just climbed off his bike, turned around and went home. Went back to the hotel. So he seemingly has retired from this race today.
And that's a strange one, because as they come back in here to Clonmel, Stephen, just to refer to the Greg LeMond story, it now leaves Steve Bauer with only 2 teammates, because Ericsson was out of the race ill.
It's very important for Steve Bauer at the moment. It's not a very good decision on Greg's behalf, because Steve Bauer has Greg an awful lot. So it leaves Steve Bauer now to have 2 teammates, which makes it very, very hard to beat Sean Kelly tomorrow if he holds the jersey of Dublin.
Paul were sure now the rider had trouble in that leading group, had to get off on the climb. Now out the back of the group, and Dave Mann, another one of the riders of the early break, also in trouble. Just checking as he goes through there, 1 lap to go, and now we're back with the leaders.
Yes, and what a battle, and it really is anybody's stage now. Let's remind ourselves who is in there. Keeple is there, De Silva, Martin Early, Paul Kimmage, Joey McLaughlin, Doom Van Fleet, Phil Anderson, the daredevil Phil Anderson who won yesterday's stage, and of course, Sean Kelly.
And De Silva, Acacio De Silva, a teammate of Sean Kelly's there, attacking as they go through with just 4 miles of racing left. On up through Irishtown, under the West Gate. The finish today is absolutely majestic. The riders sprint right up through the West Gate and out into Irishtown before going out onto the circuit.
The figure that most of them have come to see, and what a debt indeed the sport of cycling in general and the people of the county of Tipperary in particular owe to Sean Kelly, because surely without his presence we would not have crowds like this.
That's true. The sport in Ireland owes Sean Kelly a great deal, and I think not just the sport of cycling but sport in general owes Sean Kelly a great deal.
Now Phil Anderson, Sean Kelly, Steve Barr, Andrew Van der Poel, it's Anderson. Anderson is jumping, Stephen.
It's actually on the descent, Jimmy. 2 days ago said Phil Anderson was a very, very hairy man. He has taken some terrible risks. I think today we can see there's Sean Kelly now in second place chasing Anderson. He must know that Phil Anderson's having a go now.
And Barr just behind Kelly, but look at Anderson go. Downhill, this tremendous descent, and you really need bravery, you need courage, and perhaps you need just a touch of madness. But that's Phil Anderson, he's touching 60 miles an hour. It's fantastic. Phil Anderson in the lead, going for a back-to-back stages. He must break later than anybody else in the world, Stephen. And where's Sean Kelly gone? Where is Kelly? And there's Steve Barr. The word is that Kelly is off the bike, but the word again is that he's remounted.
This is disastrous for Kelly, Jimmy, because if Barr can gain any time on him, any more than 3 seconds, he's going to take the jersey from him. But it looks like Anderson is still on his own, is still clear, being chased now by Barr and the other Anderson, the Lucky Clare rider, Kim Anderson.
Yeah, but Kelly is okay. Kelly's back up and running, riding, driving, pushing, trying to get up there, trying to defend that yellow jersey. It's very important too. That's 2 near disasters in 2 days. As Anderson drives on, this powerful Australian, the big man coming through, and here he comes into O'Connell Street in Clonmel. The PA blares it out. We're still looking for Sean Kelly, and here he comes. He's made the turn back. It looks like Anderson's going to take the stage. He claps hands, he punches a missile in. Boys have done it. That's 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and a great battle. It looks like Steve Barr and Kim Anderson. Barr is next. Where's Kelly? Kelly's coming up for 4th place. That's a sensational fall for Sean Kelly. And he's injured. Kelly is injured. There's blood on his forehead. There's some cuts on Kelly. He certainly felt the brunt of that fall, but he takes a fabulous 4th. Phil Anderson the winner, Barr 2nd, Anderson 3rd, and Kelly is 4th into Clonmel. What were the Panasonic saying this morning about Kelly? What were the tactics?
Well, you know, we have Tim Van Vliet was only a few seconds, I think 6 or 8 seconds behind, and you know, we're going to try and get him away, but you know, it was very defensive riding today, and we just had to you know, he just had to watch Kelly, and if he could try and pick up a few bonifications, but well, you know, it didn't work out too badly. He's still got tomorrow, so I think it's going to be an exciting finish.
Did you ever win 3 stages in a row?
I've never done it, but it's always possible.
Sean, what happened at the end there?
Well, I excused on one of the corner from the descent, and yeah, I went down to the grass margin, and in the grass margin I hit a hole. There was a hole in the side of the road, and I just went over the bars. If there hadn't been that pothole there on the side, I would have got through, and you know, it'd be no problem.
But even so, you got up to get 4th, just losing the jersey, I believe.
Well, yes, I don't know how much I lost it by, but yes, I've lost the jersey now. It's going to be difficult to take it back, very difficult to take it back in the last day, but yeah, you know, we won't give up, we won't lose hope.